Normally, folks, we have a lot of positive news surrounding Nintendo Switch 2, be it rumors, leaks, official stuff from Nintendo. We're really excited for that April 2nd Direct, but unfortunately today that is just not the case. Nintendo has come out with a couple of pretty negative stories surrounding the new system. Now, we don't know if some of this stuff will be replaced or some things will be done differently in the future. But what we do know is two current pro-consumer programs are not going to work on Nintendo Switch 2. One of them just straight up isn't going away, but just literally can't be used on Switch 2. And the other one is being canceled entirely. Again, both of these were pro-consumer moves that Nintendo never needed to do. And unfortunately, if you buy Switch 2, you're not going to get to enjoy these. And unfortunately, if you plan to still just play on Switch for years to come, one of these programs is coming to an end entirely. We're going to get to that, the most negative of it all, a program coming to an end first. But before we dive in, I just want to remind you we're on our road to 150,000 subscribers. So if you're enjoying the content, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. All right, so let's head on over here to literally My Nintendo. This update, here you go, 2/18. This happened very early this morning, and it says, important notice. My Nintendo Gold points will be discontinued. Look, without even going into the details on this, holy crap. My Nintendo Gold points have been there for almost the entirety of the Nintendo Switch generation. If you don't know what they are, they would give you gold points for buying games. Not just digitally, you could actually register your physical games and get gold points. And you could redeem those gold points for digital currency. So essentially, it was kind of like a cash rewards program for just buying video games. It just applied to all of them. It didn't matter if it was third party, indie, Nintendo, physical, digital. None of it mattered. It was just literally a free way to get money back that you could spend on the eShop. You could use it to up your NSO subscription. You could use it for indie games. Or heck, I banked enough up at one point, I actually bought an entire Nintendo game at full price. So, man, what a wild thing to have come to an end. And it's coming to an end right before Switch 2 pre-orders begin. Man, this sucks. Let's go look at this. Thank you for participating in the My Nintendo Rewards program. Users beginning at 9:30 p.m. Pacific on March 24th, 2025 will no longer be able to earn My Nintendo Gold points. Gold points will no longer be earned for digital purchases after 9:30 Pacific time on March 24th, 2025. Gold points will no longer be earned on physical games that release after 3/24/2025. For physical games that release on or before 3/24/2025, gold points may still be earned by registering eligible titles within 1 year from the original release date of the game. This is important because there's a game coming out on March 20th, Xenoblade Chronicles X. That will be the final game released by Nintendo that qualifies for the gold point program. And yes, you could buy it after that date and still get the points, not digitally, but physically. But man, wow. Let's get back in here. All earned gold points will continue to be valid and redeemable for 12 months after they are issued. So that's been the way it's always been. If you don't use your gold points within a year, they're always lost. So before the program changes, point expiration were valid for 12 months after you collect them. There's no change after this. Purchasing digital content, eligible digital purchases made on Nintendo Switch eShop, on Nintendo Switch or on Nintendo.com where available, will automatically earn gold points based on 5% of the total paid amount, excluding tax and any points or discounts used. Digital purchases will no longer earn gold points. You obviously have the pre-ordering, eligible digital content, yada, yada. You are able to obviously get all that stuff, and you still can, so long as you do it before March 24th at 9:30 Pacific time. Pretty crazy. Same with physical. Eligible physical purchases with gold points based on 1% of the Nintendo eShop price. That's right, Nintendo was pushing digital, but you can still get 1% with your physical ones. Yeah, after 3/24, any ones that released after 3/24/2025, you can't earn those gold points. Eligible digital purchases using the balance from Nintendo eShop cards will earn gold points. So you can buy eShop cards. Say you got eShop cards at a discount, you would still get the 5% as if you didn't get a discount on those eShop cards, because some stores sometimes do that. Purchases using balances from Nintendo eShop cards will no longer earn gold points. Please be aware that some retailers may continue to sell Nintendo eShop cards that disclose earning gold points because they haven't ran out of the ones that had that. You may still purchase and redeem these cards for their full value, but you will not earn gold points. So it's going to be a little bit of false marketing because the program no longer exists. Download codes for digital content. Same, you used to get 5%. You won't anymore after 3/24 at 9:30 p.m. And physical store in Nintendo New York, eligible purchases will earn gold points based on 1% of the total paid. So this could have been games or it could have been merchandise that maybe advertised that you can get 1% back. Purchases will no longer earn gold points. So what are we going to do about this? A whole lot of nothing. It kind of sucks that there's nothing but negative news here when it comes to this program. Now, it's always possible Nintendo replaces this program with something else, but what I hate, obviously, is the lack of communication on why. Why are they removing this program? The eShop is supposedly being carried over. NSO is being carried over. It seems like the back end for their online systems are still going to be there, but Nintendo's not allowing this. And March 24th is interesting because about a week and a half later, we have the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, which may include pre-orders for Switch 2 games and Switch 2 consoles that same day, accessories, and they're just telling you anything exclusive to Switch 2, you just can't get it. And that sucks. But here's the thing. That's not the only negative news for Nintendo Switch 2. What about game vouchers? If you don't know what game vouchers are, there's something you can go on the eShop. You can spend $99 on the eShop, buy a game voucher, and then you can redeem it for 2 Nintendo first-party games. This was really cool, especially in 2023, because you could get, so let's say Pikmin 4 and Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom, a $70 game. Pikmin 4, a $60 game. You could save $30 by buying the digital ones using the $100 game voucher program. So a really cool way to save some money buying digitally. It also made digital purchases feel a bit more worthwhile compared to physical, given that some people think digital should be cheaper than physical. But that's not going to apply to Switch 2 either. In fact, don't be surprised if the program gets sunset entirely, although they're not doing that at this time. Here's an update as well over on Nintendo's website. So it says, what are Nintendo Switch game vouchers? Nintendo Switch game vouchers are a special offer available to Nintendo Switch Online members that can be purchased in a set of 2. Each individual voucher can be redeemed for selected Nintendo Switch digital software titles. They're basically talking about first-party stuff, presenting the opportunity to save on 2 games. Nintendo Switch game vouchers. Let me just highlight this for you guys. Nintendo Switch game vouchers cannot be redeemed for games exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Let me repeat that one more time. Nintendo Switch game vouchers cannot be redeemed for games exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Now, this gives me 2 thoughts. One of them is, well, if Nintendo's upping the price of all their games to $70, that would be $40 less that you could buy 2 games for with the vouchers. Maybe Nintendo's not cool with that. The other thing is, because both these have to do with money, right? One is giving money back to the consumer to make future games cheaper, and the other is just making games right now cheaper. You spend money now, but you get your games cheaper. Both of these are cost-cutting measures that benefit consumers. So why would Nintendo get rid of cost savings for consumers? They're a for-profit company. So my thought process is, because they're a for-profit company, the reason they're doing this is inflation prices have gone insane. The exchange rates haven't always been beneficial. And because of that, Nintendo no longer thinks it is viable for them to maximize their profit levels by giving money or allowing customers to save money with vouchers. So giving money back with gold points or saving money with vouchers. They just feel like that's not something that's going to help them maintain their current profitability numbers. Now, again, Nintendo is massively in the green and they're making tons of money and they could easily just keep these programs going and just eat the little bit lost, and it's not that big of a deal. And they are a multi-billion-dollar company. So I'm not going to sit here and make an excuse that them trying to maximize profits, if that is the reason. And again, Nintendo didn't give us one, so we're left to speculate. But if that is the reason, look, it sucks. Welcome to what for-profit companies do. I'm not going to make an excuse for this. This is not something I can sit here and justify as, man, this is so great. No, it's not. This sucks. Removing gold point earning, removing the ability to use game vouchers on Switch 2 games, this sucks. There is no positive to this. The only positive way anyone can try to spin this is, well, they will try to replace the system. Maybe there'll be new game vouchers for $120. Maybe there will be a new reward system. By the way, they're not getting rid of platinum points if you're worried about that. Platinum points are staying, proving that the back-end system isn't changing. You can still get platinum points on Switch 2 games. So they're keeping the platinum point system that allowed you to get stuff on the My Nintendo store, some physical items, mostly digital items, avatars and all of that. They're keeping the platinum point system that doesn't give you the ability to save money on future game purchases. And they're keeping the game voucher system, but only for Switch 1 games at a time when Switch 1 games are going to start lowering in price, making the game vouchers less and less valuable and or needed. So now if you buy a game voucher, you might be able to get the games on sale for cheaper than the cost of the game voucher. So then it ends up actually not being a good deal. So of course they're not going to get rid of game vouchers for the Nintendo Switch, because as the games get cheaper when Switch 2 comes out, the game vouchers actually make Nintendo probably more money. So I'm just going to sit back here and go, this sucks. When companies get really successful, this is the kind of thing that happens. They start to pare back some of the pro-consumer decisions they made during the prior generation of products. Because you got to remember, Nintendo entered the Nintendo Switch era in a far different place than they are right now. They were trying to bounce back from their worst generation ever. And I'm not just talking the Wii U. The 3DS is Nintendo's worst selling handheld. Crazy that 75 million is your worst selling, but you can say the same thing for Sony. Their worst selling PlayStation home console is the PlayStation 3 at 83 million. That's like just how crazy successful their home consoles have been. Same for Nintendo with their handhelds. Their handhelds have been so crazy successful that we're talking about 75 million being down for Nintendo. So pretty wild when we think about the fact that they were coming off their worst generation combined with Wii U and 3DS, and they made these pro-consumer moves. They did the gold point system, replacing the Club Nintendo stuff. They did these game vouchers, and they didn't even have these vouchers at launch. They did this later in the Switch's life cycle, giving us these game vouchers, and all of that, all those pro-consumer moves, now that Nintendo's on top of the world, being ripped away. And again, yes, maybe Nintendo has a gold point replacement. Maybe there's going to be a new voucher system on Switch 2. Or maybe all we have to work with right now is Nintendo canceling current pro-consumer stuff for seemingly no real benefit to anyone but Nintendo's wallets. And you know what? They're going to get away with it because, let's be honest, I don't think the game vouchers or the gold point system determined whether or not we were purchasing games. I think some people might buy less indie titles because I think a lot of people were using their gold points on indie games. But, man, this sucks, man. This is the day that some of Nintendo's actual pro-consumer moves come to an end. Well, I guess not today, March 24th. And obviously the voucher program basically doesn't matter when Switch 2 comes out. So I'm sorry on behalf of Nintendo. I wish they would give us some real explanations instead of just pulling the rug. But that's what they're doing. They're pulling the rug on some of the few really good pro-consumer measures they had in place. I do not think this will impact Switch 2 sales. I don't think this is going to have a huge impact on software sales in general. I do think there will be some people that buy less indie games overall. But, man, sucks, dude. I hate making videos like this. Like, you guys know I'm so excited for Nintendo Switch 2, but this is kind of like a damper on that excitement a little bit. It's not going to stop me being blown away by the games and the hardware and all the features. Yeah, April 2nd is going to be magical. We all know. But, there's always going to be this little Nintendo's a for-profit company, and they're going to make for-profit decisions. And this looks like a for-profit decision, two of them, that we just have to unfortunately deal with. All right, folks. I'm Nathaniel Robojans from Nintendo Prime. Give me your thoughts on all this down below. Do you think Nintendo's going to come back with a new program? Do you think this is just them being a for-profit company and going, no, we're just trying to maximize revenue? We're in a new financial state right now, inflation. We're trying to keep costs down to get more consumers to get in. And one way we're going to make some of that money back is getting rid of some of this stuff and making more money on the software. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think down below. I am Nathaniel Robojans, and I'll catch you in the next video. And by the way, I'm going to slow this down for you guys. I see the comments at times when I say my name here at the end like I just did that it sounds different every time, or I don't understand it, or he's saying it too quickly. Look, it's my name. Obviously, I say it pretty quickly because it's all the time. I have a hyphenated last name. So I have two last names, but they're technically one word with a hyphen in it. This was a decision my parents made because they had me before they were married. They're married now, and they've been happily married a long time. They never changed my last name after that. My last name will change when I get married because we didn't give our kids both of my last names. We only gave them the last name I'm going to keep. But that doesn't matter. You guys want to know what that name is. So Nathaniel, that obviously makes sense. That's a very common first name. But let's get to the last name part. Rumful Jance. Yes, rum full. Yes, like full of rum, like the alcohol. Rumful Jance. And yes, Jance sounds like pants, but it's not spelled the same. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. I am Nathaniel Robo Jance from Nintendo Prime, and I'll catch you in the next video.